right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Terry McDonald. He's the CEO of Copper Lake Resources. And Terry, it's good to see you again. How are you?
I'm good, Steve. Good to see you.
Yeah, so the company has some news about exploration this summer. We'll talk about that in just a second, all around Marshall Lake. So let's remind everyone a little bit about the project and what state you're at.
Yeah, well, Marshall Lake is it's a large property. It's about 250 square kilometers in size, and it's been explored since the 1950s, and there's been a lot of, roughly 500 drill holes on the property, but most of them were very shallow, going back to the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And what we've tried to do over the last 4 or 5 years is get a better understanding of the property, and that involved doing some deeper geophysics to see down to 500 meters in a number of areas and down to 1,000 meters in some areas. So that has given us a lot more information on the property.
So Terry, as I mentioned, you've announced some summer exploration. So you're looking at a particular part of the project?
Yes, we're looking at some zones to west of where we've sort of focused our efforts over the last few years. This is a couple of reasons. One, the areas to the west are higher ground and they're dry, so we can do work there year round versus the Billiton zone, which is more of a swamp and we need to wait for freeze up. Also, some of these areas have had some very good historical drilling results at very shallow depths. Something like 27 meters of 2% copper over 2% copper over 27 meters, and another one of 1.38% copper over 43 meters. And these are good widths to work with, and we want to do some deeper geophysics here to identify deeper targets and develop some continuity of these high grade historic drilling results.
Yeah, and that's the key when you get to modern day technology, the ability, because as you mentioned, there's been a lot of work on there, but the modern day stuff is really sort of trying to tie all of the story together, so to speak.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And one of the theories about this property over the years has been that it could be like a Kidd Creek style VMS camp where there's several deposits. And again, this is a large property and there's been a lot of showings all over the property. So we are hopeful that some of this summer exploration will really dig up something interesting.
Nice. And I know that you've announced that you're going out to the market to raise some capital as well. Obviously, you got plans to eventually start to move past the geophysics and into other exploration work as well, and looking to fund that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The geophysics, we're hoping to get that done in July and identify targets and then follow up with drilling in August.
It's going to be a busy one for sure, Terry. We really appreciate your time. Excited to see what comes back from the geophysical work, and we'll talk soon when you have results, okay?
Great, Steve. Look forward to it.
All right, Terry McDonald, CEO of Copper Lake Resources.